This is In Depth. Tonight, a story of a miracle in many ways. Just last week during Monday Night Football, Damar Hamilin dropped to the field after making a tackle. He suffered cardiac arrest. It almost killed him had it not been for the hard work of doctors and first responders on the field in Cincinnati fighting to get his heart beating. Joining me tonight, Dr. Chandrashekar of Deaconess Gateway Hospital. He is a cardiologist specializing in electrophysiology. Dr. Kumar, thank you so much for being here. Cardiac arrest, it scares a lot of people to death, and I don't mean that in a trite way. A major health issue in this country. Let's just start out. You brought this model of a heart here that you keep in your office. What is happening when this happens? It's not a heart attack.
Yes, it is not a heart attack. I think when we talk about ventricular fibrillation, we are looking at the electrical phenomena involving the lower chamber of the heart. If I can just open up the heart just for viewers.
For you, yeah, and I'll bring it over to you.
So, heart typically has two upper chambers and two lower chambers, and the left lower chamber is the main pump. When we have ventricular fibrillation, which causes cardiac arrest, the lower chamber is chaotic, it's not pumping. That drops the blood pressure, brain doesn't get blood, and that results in immediate loss of consciousness. And once it is recognized that somebody is in distress, time becomes a critical factor.
And as I recall, millions of people watched this on live television in that Monday night game. Damar Hamilin made what appeared to be a tackle in football. He got right up very quickly, but it happened so fast, he just dropped like a rock. Did he hit that tackle in a certain way where the heart was beating at the wrong time and he was in the wrong place when that happened?
Yeah. Based on the published data right now, looks like he had what is called as commotio cordis. All it means is like there's a blunt trauma to the heart. As the heart is recovering after a heart contraction, it's in that vulnerable phase. A segment of the heart gets hit, electrically destabilizes, and then the electrical instability continues into ventricular fibrillation. And that happens if you think about it, it's a perfect storm. It happens when the timing of the heart cycle, the force, and the angle with which the patient's chest get actually traumatized.
Well, Lisa Marie Presley, as you know, passed away tonight, and she was rushed to the hospital earlier today with reported cardiac arrest. She's 54 years old. Mr. Hamilin is 24 years old. And the amazing thing here, they worked on him for 16 minutes just before they could get him into the ambulance. He first woke up, came out of a coma. He began communicating by writing. He was then talking to his teammates on FaceTime. How was he able to recover like that? Did that surprise you in any way?
Not really. The speed with which the CPR was initiated, as you realize, CPR helps us to preserve the brain function. As we do the chest compression, we are effectively compressing the heart, and that creates blood pressure enough to maintain the brain function. In addition to that, AEDs, external defibrillators, are extremely effective in restoring normal rhythm. Once the heart is back in normal rhythm, the heart is usually in pretty good shape to start taking over the function. So CPR buys us time, AED gets us back in normal rhythm.
And then a pacemaker that has a defibrillator in it, are those becoming more prevalent?
They are getting more prevalent, especially for vulnerable patients who need AICDs ahead of time.
Okay, and the after effects though, Mr. Hamilin has made an incredible recovery, but as we all know, he's not there yet. What is he possibly, he's not your patient, but what do people who have suffered what he suffered, what's the recovery time and what do they face?
I think for an average patient who recovers from a cardiac arrest under similar circumstances, it is reasonable to expect a good recovery especially when they're young, especially when they do not have other medical problems, and the time when they were down without blood pressure was to the minimum. I think in the situation that played out on Monday Night Football, I think we were able to see paramedics and everybody else intervene in a very timely manner, and there's a very high probability that the recovery will be remarkable.
I don't mean to sound melodramatic or maudlin, but the fact that, are there any type of warning signs that you might be heading down this path? Because it appears to just like the snap of a finger, the heart just stops beating. Does that trouble you? Because, I mean, you have been practicing for many years. You know what this amazing heart can do for us. But are we going to reach a point where we won't have to worry? That'll be one ailment that we won't have to worry about.
With respect to sudden cardiac arrest risk, there are a group of patients who are high risk, patients with prior heart attack, heart failure, history of multiple family members who have died prematurely, or have electrical abnormalities which are detected on EKG. Those patients, should preemptively seek additional help. And patients who are considered high risk, they get a pacemaker defibrillator, which can actually help them to survive a true event, because AICDs are extremely effective in delivering a shock under all circumstances. Maybe at home, all by yourself, can still actually get the benefit of treatment.
All right. Dr. Chandra Kumbar, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about a very heartfelt question here, and sympathies obviously to all those who do not survive this event, but the Damar Hamilin story is indeed a remarkable story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're watching Eyewitness News at 9. We'll be back.